There comes a time in everyone's life when we must realize what kind of road we are traveling on, whether it is a dusty, worn path that follows in others' shoes or one paved by the world. We must face that reality. When faced with that intimidating truth, we need to ask ourselves one question: is this what I truly desire for my life? A man found himself on a road, following a throng of people along life's trail. As he walked, he noticed a trail to his right, forging up the hill away from the crowd. Curious, he stopped, realizing while he did that the others had not even been looking away from the road they were traveling. He made a choice, right then and there, to chase his own path, away from the world. Creating his own path was harder than he first thought. When almost exhausted, he happened upon a camp of people who were well established on the plain he found himself on. They had come to the plain the same way he had, by following their own course for their lives. They were happy to see him and invited him to stay with them. He thought it strange that they had chosen to stop at this point in their journey. He asked a man there at the fire why he had chosen to stay when the mountains up ahead were beckoning. The man simply stated, "It's comfortable here. We have all we need. Why should we choose to move on when we don't know of the dangers up ahead?" The group all seemed to be in agreement with him. The man traveling did not understand, but after continuing to talk with the man at the fire, grasped that their comfort was more important than reaching for their highest goal. When he came to that realization, he understood that by staying in this camp, he would never reach the mountaintop of his life. He chooses instead to continue on in his journey. When the exhaustion of the journey had almost overwhelmed him, he paused to quench his thirst. The man's body began to ache, and it did not help as he journeyed higher and higher. The sun seemed to grow brighter. He pushed himself further and further up the mountain until he could no longer use the aid of his walking stick. Frustrated, he threw it down and continued his journey up the steep slope of the mountain. Parts of the mountain were precarious, and the man had to search for grips and footholds in the face of the mountain. Barely breathing in the mountain air, he threw all of his strength into reaching the next resting place. Joy in reaching such a height helped to press him onward, upwards towards the peak. As he reached the peak of the mountain, he realized his journey was just beginning. Spread beneath him was a land waiting to be discovered.